My name is Suzy Subways. I live in Philadelphia, and I'm a writer and an anti-prison activist and an AIDS activist. I work on Prison Health News, which is a newsletter for people in prison that's about health issues. So I come from Philadelphia, which has a very strong anarchist tradition. We have a lot of long-standing institutions that are anarchists. The Wooden Shoe Bookstore has been around for more than 30 years. And other places that people go for events. And when I was 16, I got involved in the movement to stop the Gulf War in 1991. And I went to a lot of meetings that were citywide meetings, and I met a lot of socialists, and I just met people of a lot of different political stripes, and I realized that I wanted a radical transformation of society. I didn't want to have war. I realized through that work, I realized that war was just benefiting the big corporations, and that the U.S. was going over there to get oil, and it wasn't about freedom for anyone, and people were dying, and I knew I wanted to be, I wanted to do something more radical, but the socialists that I met were very focused on selling their newspapers, and they would give me a ride home, and they would be constantly preaching to me about their particular line on things, but not really asking me what I thought. And I was inspired by the anarchists who participated in ACT UP, which is the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power, which this was the early 90s at the height of the AIDS epidemic, and they did some extremely creative actions that were inspiring, because it wasn't about just some kind of theory that was really far away. It was about taking the streets and being direct with the rage, because people were dying, and the government was not helping. And I think that anarchism, the anarchists that I met were basically showing us that we can take charge of our lives, and that we can make the world what we need it to be. You know, our needs aren't being met in this system. We're just being sort of squashed, and all of our best potential is being kind of wasted. And what I saw was a lot of creativity and flexibility, and people who were really queer positive and really sex positive and fun. And they used to do these actions where they would sort of pretend to vomit, where they would have oatmeal in their mouths and it'd be dyed the food coloring of the rainbow flag, and they would barf to show their disgust of the policies of the government. And I just felt that it was just like creative and inspiring. And I think that what they were showing us was really that you need to have a plan to change the world, but you also can bring in art and creativity as well, and a sense of humor.